birds seem to think that the new goat feeder is a jungle gym. There's Levi standing inside. The others are just, you know, playing around in the hay. So I have this bread machine that I got from my mom forever ago, and I've never used it. So I actually looked up some recipes because I figured, you know, using a machine might be easier than making it in the oven. Yeah, I made some last night, and I think I did something wrong. Cut the bread, but yeah, that's all it gave me. It didn't even fill all the way up in the pan, only like half. I mean, it's good though, but this was the top, so it was like this when I pulled it out. And it doesn't look done. It still tastes all right though. And then I tried a buttermilk biscuit recipe, and yeah, that's a biscuit. I don't know what happened there. So I'm gonna try that recipe again too, and modify it a bit. The bread recipe I am trying again right now. The recipe only called for half a tablespoon of yeast on this bread, but that is my guess is the reason why it didn't come out right, is because there wasn't enough yeast. So I am trying it again with a full tablespoon. So I've got the yeast and the 1 cup of hot water, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 1 tablespoon of yeast in here right now. And then I have my oil already measured out. So then I just have to put in my salt and flour. After the 10 minutes is up, I'll put the oil in first. I guess that's what you do with the bread machine. You put all the wet ingredients in first, and it has this little paddle right here that mixes up all the dough. It sounded like it was going to explode yesterday when I did it. Just that paddle makes a lot of noise, and it moves, shakes the whole thing all over the counter. Yeah, hopefully we will get this right this time. I will show you guys once it is done, and we'll see if it works. And my daughter wanted to make chicken Alfredo to take to Bible study tonight, but since she is at school, I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken in for her. And I got everything else ready for her so that she can make it as soon as she gets here. So I just took my frozen chicken breast. I sprinkled on some garlic powder, some Cajun seasoning, and some mesquite. Those are my go-tos anytime that I make any chicken in the oven. And a lot of times we'll just eat the chicken breast plain with just those seasoning on it. My kids all seem to love it. And in this case, we'll be cutting up probably just one of those breasts. They're pretty large to put into the Alfredo, and the rest will be saved for dinner tomorrow. The chicken Alfredo is all done. Looks delicious. Yes, we put peas in our chicken Alfredo. That is how we like it. What, Freya? What, Freya? What? What do you want? There's 49 minutes left on the bread, and you can kind of see it up here, so it looks like it's gotten a lot further up, but still not quite there. Let's see if that... It's not quite to the top. So we'll see if it works. Also, the bar that I got to hang my cast iron from is here. So we're going to put it up here. Got my handy dandy drill. Just have to find the studs. I mean, on this side it's going to be easy. There's one right here where the cupboard's hung in. So I just have to I stuck a nail there. I'm going to hang it from there and then see which one of these holes finds a stud, hopefully. Or they did supply some pretty large drywall anchors that where cast iron is pretty heavy, I would prefer to put it directly into studs. Y'all, I've got this bar up here. It only took me about 15 minutes. I was able to get 2 screws on this side into the stud. I had to put a drywall anchor in this one. And then, of course, because of the measurements of the bar, all three of those are in drywall anchors. So we'll see how well it holds up. I have a bad habit, I guess I should say bad luck with drywall anchors. Basically anything I've ever hung that I've put drywall anchors in, even when it's something that the drywall anchors came with. And hardly anything on it, like the shelf I put in my office. It only had maybe 10 paperback books on it. And it went down on me. So, yeah. So there it is. I'm going to put my pots up and then I'll show y'all. Well, y'all, wishful thinking didn't work. As you can see, the cast iron is touching my deep freeze. If I was able to attach the bar directly underneath here, it would work. So probably what I'm going to end up doing is just sticking nails directly into the cupboard to hang it on. Because, yeah, that's one of my shorter pans, and it's touching either that or I just need to find some teeny tiny hooks that just go over and come up right here, or maybe just bend these existing hooks up right here. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see that. Bend these existing hooks up right here so they're hanging directly on the bar. Because, yeah, they're just too long. And I don't really have anywhere else in my kitchen that I can put these. I mean, this is right next to the stove. So, and I don't want to put it on next to the dryer. That would be the only other option, but we plan on putting some different like racks and shelves under there to make more shelf space. So, yep, drop back to the drawing board on this one. Bread is done. Okay, it looks like I still did something wrong. Because here's the top of the pan. It should come all the way up to the top. It also doesn't look very toasty. I'll pull it out. All right, I've got it pulled out of the pan. So there's the hole from the little paddle. Yeah, so this is the top of the loaf. And the sides. The sides look normal. The top doesn't look done. And yeah, this is not any bigger than the last loaf. It looks exactly the same. I mean, the last loaf was delicious though. It's not very much bread. Well, I'll have to try a different recipe or go back to the drawing board. May not be very big of a loaf, but what's there is delicious. This is really, really good bread. I'll put the recipe down in the description. I'm thinking, you know, if you actually mix it by hand and put it in bread loaves in the oven, it might work out better. Or maybe I'm just not using my bread machine correctly. If any of y'all have any good bread machine recipes, please leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Alright, so I found something that the air fryer is working just perfect for. Does anybody know what these little balls are? I guess they're rectangles. Here's some cooked in the air fryer. And there's with the powdered sugar. That's right, y'all. We made beignets because my daughter told me at the last minute, you know, here it is almost midnight, that she needed a treat to take to school for a class party. So I did 360 degrees and I found that 6 minutes was the perfect amount of time. So here it is at 3 minutes and it's telling me to shake. So just coming in here, flip them over very quickly because they're hot. Whew, got me. That's what I get for, you know, playing with something hot and trying to record. And then push it back in and it starts right back up. And then in another 3 minutes, we'll be all done. Bring them over here, and now since they aren't deep fried, they're not wet to hold the powdered sugar. So what I did was melted a little bit of butter, and I'm taking a pastry brush, and I'm just brushing butter over them, and then sticking them in the bag to shake them up in the powdered sugar. But they are delicious. I will put the recipe for these in the comments. Not the comments, the description. I don't know why I always say comments. Y'all, thanks for watching today. Have a good one.